Hello, and welcome to Derek McGuire's Week 8 coding assignment video. This week I am continuing work on an application that does create, read, update, and delete operations on a MySQL database. For this week, we were given a table that had data about tables. We were given a spreadsheet basically that has the table, the columns, the data types, whether or not it can be null, and indicating whether or not it was a primary or foreign key. And we had to create the entity relationship diagram using a program called Draw.io. So here I have that diagram. As you can see, we got the project table. PK means primary key. It's got the crow's foot notation, optional many here, and then this goes down to optional many. So it's a many-to-many. We've got the project category table here that has primary and foreign keys, and then the category table, material table, step table. So these are the 5 tables, and you can see the relationships here. Also a mandatory one project ID here. So for example, a project can have many materials, but a material needs a project. You could have a project without materials, and so that's why that goes there. And then the other relationship here, we've got the project ID, which is a primary key in this table, becomes a foreign key in the step table, foreign key in the material table as well over here. So then in Eclipse, we had to create a project schema SQL file. That's what I did here. And starting out with the drop table, if it exists, commands in reverse order of the way that they are created. And this has to do with the importance of relationships between the tables. You basically have to drop the children before you drop the parents. It just helps with how things work. So I've got the creating project, creating category, creating step, creating material, and then finally the project category table. Here you can see each of these lines is a column name. It's got the data type, and in this case here, project ID cannot be null. Then we indicate the primary key at the bottom here, project ID. And this is done in this special table down here. We got the project category. Project ID and category ID cannot be null, they are integers, and the foreign key references the project ID. On delete cascade is just sort of related to that. If you delete the table or drop the table, the relationship children to parent, that way it just covers deleting everything that it affects, that it would affect in this database structure. And then you got the unique key for the project ID and category ID as well. That is the file for the SQL. So then I copied that and ran that here in DBeaver. Executed this script successfully, and you can see here we've got category on the left here, tables, category, material, project category, and step. And that ran successfully. These tables are created. They've got the category ID is an integer. It's not null. It auto increments, as you can see here. And it's the primary key. And if we go back, this is the project ID, integer, not null, primary key. Well, this is the category table. Category table, category ID, integer, not null, primary key. And that was created here. So then that was the SQL, that was run, and then everything was pushed up to GitHub. So thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your week.